Well, as you've said, Jilly, it was a very sad day last Friday when the one thing I dreaded in all my time there, particularly in my years as director of the school, was the call in the night that was telling me that the Macintosh building was on fire. It's not a building that was designed to be fire suppressant in any way or to be resistant to fire. However, the better news is that so much of it has been saved. But more important, I think, than the building, more important than any building, even Macintosh's very lovely and usable and practical building, is the School of Art as an institution of learning where people will teach, they will learn, they will engage in scholarship, and they will make work. And that wonderful engagement between two people is called teaching. And it happens in the School of Art and, of course, elsewhere. That can be done actually anywhere. And I think I could do it in the middle of Sauchiehall Street in the rain. The other point to me is that the school was established as one of a number of schools of design, which were instituted in the 1840s. The School of Art opened its doors in January 1845. The building that it did is down there in Wilson Street, and it came up to Sauchiehall Street here, and then the great Macintosh building built in two parts. Maybe that was one of the things that saved it, because the original part is almost undamaged. However, leaving that, a school of design, a government school of design to assist local industry in the design of its products, that's what it was for. The fine arts came later, and in some ways, probably in the popular imagination, have subsumed it. But people will ask, how come the School of Art, in its way, contributed to the development of medical ultrasound? What's that got to do with the School of Art? Well, the thing is, you could go around all sorts of things, and what people have done, because it's non-specific. We really do have transferable skills, the creative skills in which the school excels, has done so over, well, since 1845, in fact. A home for lost dogs, so people can't, who wouldn't fit in anywhere else, like me, and who had a wonderful life there. I was in it from a junior non-dip student till I became the director, 42 and a bit years, and met my wife in the library that sadly has gone. But it will re-arise, and its spirit will never be undimmed, I'm sure of that. Industrial design was really invented, I suppose, in the United States in the late 1920s. People like Harold Van Doren, whose book inspired me. Henry Dreyfus, Design This Day, who brought ergonomics and anthropometrics into the whole business, and whose book, The Measure of Man, was a Bible for most industrial designers, probably still is. Raymond Loewy, a showman, but a great man in his way. And Walter Darwin Teague, they came from the advertising industry, or from Norman Bell Geddes from film and television. And the depression of the 1930s gave it a spur. Perhaps a different attitude they had in the States than maybe here, where it would close things down. They wanted to use all the techniques they could to re-energize the economy. Industrial design was one of them. It came to Britain, I suppose, after the war. One of the first industrial designers was Douglas Scott, the man that designed the Routemaster bus. And he taught in the Central School, and he taught the man who I was immensely grateful to have as my teacher, Jimmy Goodchild, who came to the school after the war, when the then director, Douglas Percy Bliss, an Italianophile, a scholar, a great wit, but not, you would have thought, someone too interested in industrial design, yet he saw the need to do it, and he was determined that the school would develop and respond to the needs of industry, and he brought Jimmy Goodchild and Joe McCrum, in a different way, to Glasgow to do it, and I was fortunate to be taught by both of them and to succeed Joe McCrum as head of industrial design.